I'm back with another shopping haul video. Show you what I've got. My budget this week, as usual, was $100 for groceries, and we always kind of have a backup budget of $100 other. And this week my grocery budget kind of snuck into that, so it is what it is. Let me show you what I got. So this week I went to two stores. I went to Aldi and Target, and I spent $116.49. $100 is always my goal. I did find a few things that weren't on my list that I realized that I wanted or needed after the fact, and then I think I just was doing poor math in the store. I got distracted looking at other things, and I'm sure I just lost track of the amount in my head. I used to always bring just a tiny little calculator to the store when I was buying groceries when we had a really tight budget, so that I would be sure I didn't go over my budget. I have used my phone before, but sometimes when you get a text message or something, you get interrupted. So now I just do it in my head. If I'm by myself, if I've got kids with me, then I might pull out my phone. But $116.49. My last grocery haul video was actually 2 weeks ago, so you're gonna see a lot of the same things, and you're gonna see why I think if we had a dairy cow, it would alleviate a ton of my shopping habits, because it tends to be a lot of what I buy. So I went to Aldi and I spent $44.88. I bought 4 half gallons of milk. We are actually completely out with the exception of ones in the freezer. So I knew I would need some, so I just grabbed 4 of them. I almost forgot, don't worry. I checked the expiration date on my milks. They don't expire for quite a while. I grabbed coffee creamer, just enough to last the week. And then I did get some more chocolate chips because we did make chocolate chip cookies with those other chocolate chips. I know we're getting low, so I like to have at least a bag for backup. I made a bunch of brownies the other day and used up our cocoa, so I got some cocoa. Our Aldi started carrying organic garlic powder. We usually buy this from Sam's Club, and our Sam's Club visit is way overdue. We need to get to Sam's Club, but we just have not been making it happen. And usually I'll save up about a month's worth of grocery budget so that we can do a Sam's Club haul. I also grabbed a smaller pack of toilet paper at Aldi. I usually buy that at Sam's Club as well. But we're trying to just always have some on the shelf. After last year, you just never know. So I grabbed one of those. I got 2 bags of organic chips. We actually used up all those chips. We had a couple family events that we used them up at, and we needed some more. I grabbed 2 jugs of vinegar. Now that I've got my laundry room all situated, I know exactly how much extra vinegar I can keep on the shelf, and I go through a lot of it. I use it in my laundry, I use it for cleaning, and I use it for cooking and canning. The other thing I bought at Aldi that was not on my list was I bought Eli a step stool. Our 3 older kids, they each have one of these little step stools, and they are just so much help if they want to help in the kitchen or whatnot. They have their own stool, they can go grab it. When we do pizza movie nights in the living room, this is kind of their TV tray. And Eli was just using a random stool that didn't fold up, and it tended to be really inconvenient. And this was $8, and I'm pretty sure the last one I bought the kids was almost $20. So this was just one of those things where I'm like, I know I want it, and eventually I'll buy one anyways. And it had a different pattern than the other kids, so he'll be able to tell it's his, which is also super important. So I did grab that off the aisle of, do you call it the aisle of shame? The aisle of goodies at Aldi, which I try not to look too much at, but when I saw that I was like, oh, I think I might need to get that. I also went to Target and I picked up 7 bags of 5-pound organic all-purpose flour. This is where we have been buying our flour for a while now. I used to buy in bulk before we switched over to organic, and then I would buy it at Sam's Club, but this has been the most affordable place I have found organic flour that we shop often. I would really love if we could do an Azure membership. I know a lot of people do that, but unfortunately it's not available in our area right now. So this is what we've been doing. A lot of times what I will do with my Target organic flours, I will actually order it online. I believe because I have a Target red card, the debit card, we get free shipping on orders of $25 or more. So whenever I'm low on flour, I will just kind of I will usually order it online. And they ship them and they always bag them, which is kind of nice in a way because it seems like flour leaks a lot, but it does seem to be a lot of plastic waste. So when I'm at the store and they have it, I always pick it up, but I can't usually get as much as I want. They actually had a lot today. Usually they only have like 1 or 2 bags in store, and I almost have to order it online. So I am glad I was able to pick some of that up because we are down to our last bag or 2 on the shelf. A lot of bread products I make from scratch. We try to make all of our own bread. I'm trying to get better about making all of our own tortillas, buns, and things like that, other bread products that we might otherwise buy. And all our breakfast foods, waffles and pancakes and things, we always make from scratch. Also at Target, I picked up some coffee filters. These are just the ones that happen to fit in our coffee machine. Matt said we were all out, and I try to, whenever I can, buy 1 for now, 1 for later, at least as much as I'm able to, or 2 for later, or in flour case 7 because I use a lot. I also picked up 2 packages of markers. I way overpaid for these. They were $2 and something, but both of our older boys started school, and apparently I bought the wrong markers. I bought the skinny markers and they needed these for coloring. So I picked up 2 of these, even though they're a little bit overpriced right now. I was able to fit that in the budget for the week. Well, I did go over a little bit. I guess that's probably part of the reason to do all this, but it is what it is. Anyways, the boys will be excited. I am sure that they can bring these markers to school next week. I grabbed 3 pounds, 2 bags of organic brown sugar from Target. I kind of go back and forth on sugar. I will either buy just a cheap generic from Aldi, or I will buy this. So I thought I had in the budget this week to buy this one, so that's what I did, and I just got 1 for now, 1 for later. Same kind of concept. I picked up some yeast because I am on last jar, and I try to always have a backup ready for when we need more yeast. I picked up some deodorant. I just took the last one out of the cupboard, so I know I'll be running out soon. I've been using the Schmidt's natural deodorant on a recommendation from a family member, and I really like it. It seems to work, and it smells good, which is huge. Those are the 2 things you want, right? And then I picked up a bunch of cheese from Target, 2 bags of the organic Colby Jack. We've been eating a ton of omelets, so it's nice to have this for that. Tonight is pizza movie night, so I picked up 4 bags of the organic mozzarella. 2 or so will be for tonight, and then the other ones will either go in the freezer, or if we have time, we'll make up a couple more pizzas and get those in the freezer. We've just been trying to do that and slowly kind of build our freezer stash. I did have some questions the last time I did a grocery haul about how on earth I plan meals around what I buy, and the thing is I really don't. I used to meal plan a lot better than I do now, and I found that I would want to make like the really fancy recipes you find on Pinterest, and if I buy ingredients alone for one recipe, I'm spending pretty much my whole budget on the ingredients. So it really didn't work for me. So instead I try to buy staples that I can keep in the cupboard, the refrigerator, the freezer, that we will use for things we cook often. We do a pizza movie night every Friday. I try to always have cheese on hand ready for that. We canned up our own pizza sauce this year, so that will always be on hand. I try to keep flour, yeast, the things I use to make that always on hand. Like I said, a lot of omelets for breakfast, so I try to keep cheese on hand. We've got our own chicken, so we've got eggs for that. And then any produce that's coming in from the garden is used for that. Onions, peppers, even broccoli, kind of whatever we've got. Matt even did green beans one day, and those were really delicious. This week we will probably be making something chicken-based and something beef, since that's what's in our freezer. We have a lot of peppers coming in from the garden, so I will probably do maybe like a chicken fajita one day, just make homemade tortillas. I will probably also do something else with peppers, maybe stuffed peppers or something, since we have a lot of beef. So something like that. And I really just don't plan ahead, just kind of utilize what I have and know what I need to have to make meals work. I find when I plan ahead, I kind of get upset when plans don't go as I expect them to. So that seems to work best for us. I also have a few potatoes left over, and I'm going to be making another batch of potato salad just for a side for the next couple days, because that tends to be a really nice handy thing I always have on hand. Mayonnaise, mustard, kind of the ingredients to put that together. So there's a lot of things that I just tend to keep on hand to make cooking a lot easier during the week. I'll share my receipts with you at the end of this video, but I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I'd love to hear about your grocery hauls. Kind of how do you shop? Do you shop similarly or differently? I'd be curious to know. I definitely know if we get that dairy cow though, I would buy a lot less food at the store. That's for sure.